Afternoon, happy Monday. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you had a good weekend. We got shipped to do. We got a total of 33 orders going out the door from the past 72 hours. So this is all sales since Friday around, I guess around the same time, like Friday around 1 o'clock. So 33 orders. We're going to pack up all those orders. Tail of the tape, 20 eBay, 7 Posh, 1 Mercari, 4 Amazon, altogether 33. So we'll get crack-a-lackin'. It was actually a pretty good weekend, except for Sunday. Like it was good Friday, a good Saturday, and then kind of Sunday kind of fell off, which had an okay Sunday night. But usually Sunday is my best day of the week. I don't know. Maybe people are really excited about football right now. I guess everybody's teams are still in contention right now. So maybe until a couple of teams get knocked out and, less people, I don't know. I think it's like beginning of the season, people are excited. Maybe that's it. Who knows? Sometimes it's just random. Hope everyone's doing well. Say hello down below in the chat. As always, these lives are available as a recording. We do it every Monday. It's a good place to ask questions, learn about what's selling on eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, and Mercari. But it's also a good place to ask questions about shipping and just the little nuts and bolts of the reselling business. So happy to answer those questions too. And of course, I love hearing about what's going on with your business. How are sales? What's going out the door for you? What trends are you seeing? Just got a sale right now. That's pretty good. Got a Robert Graham jacket going out the door. Yeah, nice one. What is that? $112. Let's go. Okay, that just came in. So I guess that updates our total to 34 orders in the last 72 hours. So now we have 8 on Posh. Poshmark was slow this weekend. It's been slow really for the last couple weeks. Curious if you're experiencing the same. Let's go ahead and launch Instagram. Instagram are live there too. Hello, Instagram. Welcome aboard. All right, let's the drill. First things first, you get to choose which platform we're going to ship first. We're going to ship everything, but let me know. Are we going to do eBay, Poshmark, Mercari? Well, you can't vote for Amazon. They're all FBA orders actually this weekend, so I have nothing to vote for Amazon. But what are we going to do first? eBay, Poshmark, or Mercari? Let me know down below in the chat. We'll ship all of them. But we also have a coffee order, by the way, going out the door, so you can choose that too. Let me know down below in the chat. What's up, Snappy D? Snappy D's in the house. I was out in Winston for the weekend, Snappy D. What's up, Laura? How are you? Soggy, southeastern North Carolina. That's interesting. We have mostly sunny skies here in Asheville, Laura. We had a really nice afternoon here in Asheville yesterday, too. We started our day yesterday in Winston-Salem, where it was cool, a little bit drizzly, windy, and then we headed back west, and it was to the mountains, and the sun came out. What's up, Kate? How are you? Kate says eBay. So we'll get started with eBay first. We have 20 orders going out the door on eBay since Friday. Actually, a little bit slower weekend than last weekend. Let's go ahead and get started on eBay. We got to print out these shipping labels first. If I can find them. Here they are. What's up, Missy Carver? I also had a pretty good sale, an unexpected fast sale over the weekend. A pair of sandals that I thought maybe I missed sandal season. Let me know down below in the chat. Did you have an out of season sale this weekend that kind of surprised you? Like something like a tank top or a summertime item, swimsuit, something like that. Do you have something out of season go out the door pretty quickly this weekend? Let me know down below in the chat. All right, we are set up. We are ready to rock. We got shipping labels. And we're going to start with this Levi's for Peter. Oh, man, they're all out of order again this week. Why does eBay do this to me? Why do you do this, eBay? Peter. Peter's got a pair of Levi's 511 corduroys. Brand new tag, size 38 by 32. These corduroys sell pretty well for me. Even in the summer, they were selling pretty well. I paid between $13 and $16 for a whole bunch of these Levi's, brand new with tags, retail arbitrage. This pair sold for $40, plus the buyer paid $8.95 shipping. These are going to go USPS Ground Advantage. The shipping cost is going to be $5.86. Missy Carver, what is up? What is up? What is up? Appreciate everybody being here. If you haven't already, if you hit that like button, if you haven't subscribed or followed, let me know. And if you're just talking down below in the chat and saying hello, makes my day. It also, helps with the old algorithm and all that sort of stuff too. All right, so Peter with our first order on eBay. Let's grab his thank you card. This is going to drive me crazy that eBay's out of order again this week. What the heck? There it is. Peacher. I sold a nativity set. Would expect in November, not mid-September. You'd be surprised, Renee. I mean, you probably already know this, Renee. Christmas sells year-round, first of all, but that stuff really picks up this time of year. I've heard a lot of people talking about already selling Christmas stuff, and Halloween stuff's been selling already for a good bit. Nice sale on that nativity set. You make some good money. What's up, Travis George? Yo, buddy. How are you? How are sales, Travis? Give me the tail of the tape for the weekend if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Next order is for Brian. Why are these all out of order? Just to drive me crazy, I think. Brian. So this is an interesting sale. This is definitely kind of an out of season sale here, actually. So I picked up a whole bunch of these like a year and a half ago, retail arbitrage. I ordered like 6 of these online, and they sold within a week. I sold 4 out of the 6. So I said, holy crap, I'm going to order 12 more of these. I basically bought whatever that store had out. So I bought 12 more. So I was like all in for like 18 of these. And I kept selling them right away. And this was like in the middle of January. And they were selling. Everything was going great. And then they literally just stopped selling, fell off a cliff. Retail price on this is $148. It's brand new tags, Polo Ralph Lauren, all over 4th of July, USA flag, like viscose, like just nice Hawaiian American style shirt. And the sales of these just totally fell off the cliff. Anyway, so they've been sitting around for a while. This one sold for $63.98 on eBay plus $5.95 shipping. It's an awesome shirt too. This is the type of shirt from Polo that sells really fast for me, and they were selling really fast. So I just doubled and tripled down on it, and then they just fell apart. I guess that's the way it goes sometimes. Retail arbitrage is a funky thing like that. Like literally sold like 4 in the first week, and I don't think I've sold 4 in the last 4 months of these. So even during the summer when you think this kind of stuff would sell. Pit Flippin' Mama is in the house. What's up? Bethany, what's up? How are you? Good to see you. And who do we got? Made a great profit after the cost of goods. Nice. Love that. Love hearing about the holiday stuff already going out the door. Do we have any sellers who are selling like Halloween stuff? Like Halloween decor, that stuff should be selling off the shelf right now. That's crazy, Travis George. You know how that retail arbitrage goes. It doesn't really make any sense. Those shirts are amazing too. At that price, it's more than half off retail on a really unique Polo Ralph Lauren piece. You would think those things would move. All right, next up is an order for Sunny. Sunny. This would be so much easier if these were all in order like usual. This is a Polo or a Ralph Lauren RLX. This one's a vest. I actually sold a couple of RLX pieces over the weekend. This one's brand new with tags. Retail is $168 on this. So buyer paid $62 plus $8.95 shipping. It's like a soft shell golf vest. There's the logo right there, RLX. I've told you this in past weeks, past episodes of this. The RLX has definitely slowed down for me, and the prices have gone down. I had these initially priced at like $89 or $99. In the past, this was a really, really good seller for me. I had a whole bunch of them that I picked up in the spring, might have been the winter still, and they've just been really selling slowly. So I've had to lower the price to get rid of these ones. This one on a best offer, $62. RLX still sells, it just doesn't command the price that it used to. Used to be able to get like 50% off retail or more for some of the nice RLX pieces, but I haven't been getting that this year. How are you doing with Burberry currently, Chris? Clark, tell me a little bit more about what you mean. Burberry's a good seller. Is there something specific? It's not. I don't find a ton of Burberry. I sold one maybe 2 weeks ago for like 50 something bucks, but yeah, let me know. Is there a certain piece that you have in mind or something? Hope you're doing well, by the way. Haven't seen you in here in a little bit, Clark, but I see you liking posts and dropping comments, and I appreciate that kind of thing. Worth mentioning. Deborah, got a pair of Travis Matthew shorts. This is another brand that's really slowed down for me this year. You've heard me mention that a bunch of times. I think I paid $12 for these shorts, sold them for $22. I sold other ones earlier in the year, like in the spring. I sold some of these for $35 and more, but not no more. They've really come down for me. So Travis Matthews going to Deborah. Let me know, Clark. I want to help, but I just don't want to give like advice that's really generic. There's Deborah. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you guys are having a good start to your week. It's Monday. I actually did take the weekend off too. Kim and I traveled out to visit her family in Winston-Salem for the weekend. So I did basically almost zero work. I mean, responded to offers, that sort of thing, but I wasn't listing anything since Friday around noontime. I think we left, or 1 o'clock. I wasn't listing nothing. I didn't do any sourcing. Just family time. We went on a hike yesterday too on our way back. Thank you, Deborah. Next up is an order. Peter Millar, brand new with tags. This is a pair of like 5-pocket performance pants. Not really golf pants, but more of like a casual wear pant. These are going out to David in Alabama. I'll show you the pants here. Retail price on these, $180 on the Peter Millar. There's the tag for you. The Peter Millar Crown Sport. Sold for $80.09. So the buyer's getting a good deal on those. $80.09 for a pair of $180 pants. Thank you, David. What's up, Brian? How are you? Oh, I'm glad that you find these helpful. And this is a great place for questions, brother. This is interactive. Let me know what's going on in your world. And I appreciate the compliment, David. I really do. I'm glad it's helpful. My reselling journey. What's up? How are you? Oh, gosh, I'm trying to remember. Gosh, it's like tip of my tongue, your first names. Reselling journey. Hope you're doing well. Who else we got in the house? Megan, what's up? I can't seem to get any views on my eBay listings, even when I promote. I have detailed titles and competitive pricings. Any recommendations? Your sales are amazing. Thanks, Megan. You're probably not going to like this answer, but I'll elaborate some. I don't look at views on any of my eBay listings. I just really don't pay attention to it. I couldn't tell you how many views I have on anything. I'm really just paying attention to sales. So when you say you don't have any views on eBay listings, can you give me an example of something that you're like, an item that you're like, man, how come I'm not getting results on this item? Can you tell us what the item is and how long that item's been listed? But yeah, I honestly don't pay any attention to views, and I'm not just like saying that to sound cool. I don't even know if that would sound cool. I'm just telling you, I don't look at it. But I think what would be more helpful is give us an example of an item that you have. Like, give us the whole item title. Just copy it right down below in the chat, and then let us know how long that item's been listed for. Give us the price too. That'll help too. Love that question. Happy to help if I can. Picked up 5 North Face flannels this weekend. I don't normally sell clothes. Any tips on if I should sell as a lot individually? If the 5 would be a lot for one person to buy 5 flannels, I think would be a lot. Are they the same size, the flannels? If they're different sizes, I wouldn't sell them as a lot. But if they're the same size, you could sell them in a lot, and maybe you could sell like 1 lot of 3 and 1 lot of 2. But you should be able to sell North Face flannels, which should have a good enough sell-through rate that you should be able to sell them individually and get pretty good money. It's flannel season right now. This is like pretty much the best time of year to be listing flannels. Megan, you might be first photo. Make sure you have a good advice there from Megan talking about the first photo. Yeah, all men's large. Yeah, I mean, to me, buying 5, like one person buying 5 flannels, you're looking for a really specific customer that wants 5. I think 3 or 2 could work if you wanted to split it up, and I think you can list them individually and do well with them too. So I don't think there's a right or wrong answer there. I would think that 5, that would probably be a lot. I don't know. What do you think? Would a lot of 5 flannels does that just feel like too many to you to list all together? Like, are buyers really looking to buy that many items? In the benefit of the bundle for the buyer, right, is that they say they do want 2 flannels. They don't have to go and find 2 reputable sellers with colors that they want and then pay shipping twice. They can buy it from you. Typically, when you do a lot, like say those flannels, you typically price at 25. So 2 of them would be 50. You would price them at like maybe 46, so that you're giving that person a good deal for buying 2, and they're going to get combined shipping on that and save extra money too. So 2 makes good sense, from the buyer's perspective. But I just think 5, I think you're looking for a really specific buyer. I would buy 5 flannels, but I don't think I'm your typical buyer out there. When do you start seeing money start? When do you start seeing money start up versus money you just reinvested? Um, I think there's a good. I think there's a good question. Is it harder earned rentals? Okay, cool name. I think there's a good question wrapped up in there. I'm just not sure I understand your question. Maybe could you rephrase it and I can get at that one. New to reselling but unsure where to start. For example, what's the best place to source new with tags items? New with tags items. Best place to. I mean, you're going to come across them in thrift stores from time to time. But you're going to go to retail stores, big, retail clothing stores, and you're going to go to the clearance section because really their full price on those clothes is going to be, you're not going to be able to make money there. So you're looking for clearance on new items in big clothing, like department store type of places. That would be a good place to start. The new with tag stuff, if you're just getting started with reselling, especially clothing, the retail arbitrage game is a trickier game because when I'm buying retail arbitrage, my average buy cost per unit might be $25 or $30, and sometimes it's even more. So when you're just learning, you're going to make a lot of buying mistakes because of things that you think that are worth good money and that you think will sell fast. And it turns out that maybe some of them times you were right, but some of the times you're going to be wrong too. So say you make 10 purchases and 3 of them are bad buys and 7 of them are pretty good buys. That's a good ratio, right? But if you have 3 items that your average buy cost was $30 on, that just sit around for 6 months, 8 months, a year, that's $90 kind of sitting around. And say you repeat, $90 doesn't sound like much, but then say you do that like at 5 different stores, now you have 15 items sitting around at $30 a piece, and yeah, the math starts adding up. So if to me, I don't want to tell you not to do retail arbitrage if you're just getting started, but I think getting started with thrifted items where your buy cost might be $3, $4, $5, or $6 a unit, you're going to make mistakes, and you actually want to make some mistakes, because when you make those mistakes early on, those are going to be the lessons that really stick in your brain. When you bought something, you paid too much, it sat around for a really long time. That's going to be stuff that you remember. It's going to stick in your brain. That's going to be the good learning. So you want to make mistakes, but you probably don't want to make like a lot of $25 and $30 mistakes early on. Your first year of reselling clothing, when you buy 10 items, and I gave you the example, the ratio of like, you're going to buy 7 items or you're going to buy 10 items and 7 of them will be good and 3 of them will be bad. Probably in your first 6 months, the ratio won't be that good. Maybe 6 and 4, maybe 5 and 5. I want you to go out there and make mistakes, but I don't want you to chew up all your capital on making mistakes and then have to sell stuff for a loss. Typically, when your average buy cost is like $5, you're not going to have to really sell stuff at a loss to get rid of that stuff. Typically, you can just like lower the price, and if you bought something dumb, you might sell it for $10 and your profit ends up being like a couple of bucks after fees, but you didn't lose money, right? You didn't make a lot of money, but you didn't lose money. But you might buy some stuff for $30 retail arbitrage and get stuck with it, and then it's out of season, and then you got to get rid of it for cheap, and you might actually lose money on those items. So, and I do sometimes too. On occasion, I'll lose some dollars on retail arbitrage items still. And I'm into this game for 6 years. It happens. Retail arbitrage prices rise and fall a lot quicker than the used stuff. The new stuff is like much more seasonal. and the competition, because you're competing with retail stores now all of a sudden too. So when retail stores clearance stuff out, people are Google searching and finding those items cheaper than yours sometimes. So it's a trickier game. So long story short, I think if you're just getting started, and this isn't just for who was this? This wasn't just for Justin, but this is for anybody else who's in their, maybe their first couple of months, and they're like, hey, I really want to sell. Well, I mean, this is a great example, and we'll go over this order in a second. I really want to sell like New Tags, William Murray, like I see Chris doing all the time. And I think you should consider and take notes and study and pay attention and look at that market. But I probably either lost money or only made a few dollars on that shirt. So if that's something you want to make a habit of early on, great. I don't mind doing that because, I'll have over the weekend, I had something like 30 something sales, right? So if one of them I broke even on, that's fine. Like that doesn't bother me. But I think that can be demoralizing early on. It could also crush your capital. But let's see my research. I think they have been asking about I think they may have been asking about when to reinvest money into your business first. Pay yourself. Okay. We started selling, almost sold 100 items. We just put the money made back into buy more. Okay, cool. When do you finally start seeing the money you can stack up on the side and use for normal things? Hardened rentals. I mean, I can tell you what I did, but that's going to totally depend. My financial situation when I first was getting started and I sold 100 items. By the way, congrats on selling 100 items. Might have been a lot different than yours. So I don't know. It's just going to depend on, like, I don't know what you need for income to feed your family. I don't know what your goals are for your business. So it'd be really difficult for me to answer that question and give like a general recommendation for just anybody getting started out. But I can tell you when I got to 100 items sold, it was probably, I don't know, like October of 2018 when I first got started. And I had a full-time job that paid me really good money. Kim had a full-time job that paid her really good money. I had this side hustle that we ran out of the apartment. And so I didn't take any money out of the business because I didn't have to. Like we were living very comfortably. We were well within our means. We didn't have any debt either for the business or personally. So I didn't take any money out of the business until I quit my full-time job about 2.5 years into my journey. So December of 2020. And, then I obviously was taking money out, I was taking a paycheck out of the business. So it just kind of depends on your financial decision, what's right to do. What's up, Sully? How are you? So yeah, I hope that's helpful. And I don't want you to hear that as a cop out, like that I'm not going to tell you what to do there. I think you just have to take a look. Like you'd be like asking a financial advisor what you should do with your money, but without telling the financial advisor a lot about your goals or what your financial situation is or your age, or how much money you have in the bank. There's a whole bunch of questions that I would need to ask you before I could give you advice there. So I would just say, think about your own financial decision and make the decision that's right. What's up, Tej? I did miss you. Sorry you didn't get a notification. I would have sent it if I was in control of that sort of thing. Thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate it. If you haven't hit that like button, that does help me out. If you haven't said hello down below in the chat, that's great too. Great place to ask questions. We're shipping out orders. A whole lot of questions at right now. So this is awesome. I love this conversation, but I am going to get back to some live action shipping stuff, but love the conversation. Megan, I have brand name clothing and shoes, mostly like Birks, Hey Dudes, Polo, Ralph Lauren, Harley, etc. Most have been posted 2 to 3 weeks already and can't get anything. I'm pretty new to eBay. Okay. So if you're talking about selling like brands like that, you got some good brands, by the way, like Birks and Hey Dudes and Polo, Ralph Lauren and Harley. That's great. But if you're upset upset's not the right word, but if you're concerned that you haven't sold some of those items in 2 or 3 weeks, that would be pretty quick. When my business was basically 90% used items, and I sold a lot of the same brands that you have listed right there, I would expect like my average days to say, like from like listing the item to the item actually selling would hover right around like 70 days. So 70 days would be like just over 2 months, right? So 2 months would be like a good average. So if you're concerned that some things haven't sold in 2 or 3 weeks, I would say maybe don't be concerned. As long as your pictures are better than your competition, your price is better than your competition, and you're listing in-demand items, things will take care of themselves. But yeah, 2 to 3 weeks might be might be tough, especially if those are out of season items or if you have a lot of competition or whatever. Good. I hope that message came through. And if you have follow-up questions, harder in rentals, I'm not trying to, I think you can tell I'm not trying to dodge that question. I just want to make sure I'm not giving, for the sake of giving advice and saying something, I don't want to give bad advice. Do you know it was? Oh, I did not know it was your birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday, Tej. What did you do for your birthday? I hope you had a great weekend. And you can carry a birthday weekend into a long birthday weekend. It's Monday. You can keep celebrating. Trace, thanks for spending the time on the videos. Very informative and honest. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is it Tracy? Thank you, Tracy. I would love to learn more about your coffee as I'm looking to start roasting more serious to sell. So you roast your own coffee, Tracy, at home? That's awesome. Tell me more about that. That's great. Happy to talk a little bit more about the coffee. You're welcome, Megan. Yeah, I know it doesn't. I know you're probably like, oh, he's just telling me to be patient. Yeah, it's probably what yes, that is what I'm telling you to do. Yeah, this game does require a good bit of patience, but that's the last step to it, right? Number 1, source good items. Number 2, take really good photos that are better than your competition. Number 3, price your items better than your competition. Number 4, put in really good keywords into your item title. Number 5, measure items. If you're selling clothing online, you should be including measurements in your listings. And yes, I use the word should. You should, because other people, it's a competitive business, and other people are like myself, are putting measurements in their listings. So if you don't, and a buyer is concerned about measurements, they're going to choose mine over yours every single time. Not every buyer will choose mine over yours, but if they're concerned about measurements and I have them and you don't, then they're probably going to buy mine over yours. So you have to think about, I'm competing in a marketplace, a very competitive marketplace. So I have to have better pictures. I have to have better pricing. I have to include measurements, and I have to have really good keywords. And then after you do all that stuff, yep, a good dose of patience is what you need, Megan. So I would take a double check, look at some of your competition's photos and prices, and ask yourself, are my photos better? Are my prices better? And the answer to both of those questions should be yes. All right, let's get back into some sales. Keep asking these questions. I like it. Next order is going to, let's get back. Where did I leave off? I said we'd do the William and Murray next. So let's go ahead and do that. I think I probably only made a couple of dollars profit on this William and Murray, and I bought several of them, and I think I have like 2 left after this. I think I had bought 8 of them total. So this would be the math would be, this is the 6th one to sell. This one sold for $38 on eBay plus $5.95 shipping. William and Murray was really, really hot for me back in the spring. This brand was selling great. This is size 2 extra large, and check out the pattern, the Caddyshack pattern. So it's got the groundhog, the golfers. This is William Murray's brand right here. So it's got a lot of like crazy patterns, stuff from like his past movies and all that. So that sold for $38 plus $5.95 shipping. I want to say I paid either $20 or $25 for that shirt. So I didn't make a lot of money there. Some of them I sold for decent money. Now they're, the price has been coming down. That's retail arbitrage. Prices come up and down really fast on the retail. It happens on the used stuff too. It just doesn't happen as quick because you're not competing directly with retailers who are clearance items when you're used. You're at a lower price point already. So thank you, Rick. Nice sale. Kate says, happy birthday, Tej. Didn't do a thing. My husband did everything. It was nice. That's awesome. Sounds like a good weekend to me. Nice husband over there. Out the door on that William Murray. To give you an idea, that sold for $38. When I first picked up those William Murrays, I had them priced at $59. So we're like $21 cheaper than when I purchased that item, what I anticipated them selling for, which is in the 50s. I had it priced at $59. And I've slid the price all the way down to $44 on those shirts, and that one sold on a best offer for $38. We actually have back-to-back William and Murrays. This one sold for a little bit more money. I don't think it's as cool of a pattern either. So sometimes things don't really work out the way that you think they're going to work out. And this would be an example of that. This is going to Rosie, I think. Oh, it's in this other stack. Do you always list items as or best offer? Most of the time, Angie, there are some items where I know that it's a really in-demand item, and I know that I have the best price already. Like I can price at the very bottom of the market and still make good money. So I'll turn the offers off on those items. But I would say that might be like somewhere between 2 and 5% of my items that describes. But also, that's an imperfect answer to your question because on eBay and Poshmark, you can't turn off offers. Offers are always on those two platforms. So, yeah, so I think that answers your question. Is it applies to the other platforms? So Rosie, what did Rosie? Oh yeah, the other William Murray. So here we go, brand new tags, William Murray. This one, the model is called For Esteban, and it's got like an all over cheetah print. You can see that's the logo right there on the chest. This one sold for $45.31. So same weekend, same size, two different buyers. Bought two different brand new tags, William Murray. One sold for 38. This one sold for 45.31. And I thought the Caddyshack pattern was the better one, but sometimes I've had these for probably 3 months, maybe even 4 months now. At some point, you just have to say, look, I need to move on from these items. So if I can get 38, I'll take it. 45, I'm actually very happy with. I made decent money on that. But at some point, you just got to move on, and especially as we're moving away from golf polo season and into flannel and jean season. So it's time to sort of like 38. I'm like, I'm not making money there, but I gotta keep the inventory moving, keep the cash flow moving in a positive direction, and not just be sitting on, a ton of $20, $25 polos that I have invested in just sitting out in bins in the garage. So thank you, Rosie. Nice pickup on that William Murray. Next up, we got an order for David. Here's the Tommy Bahama. I picked up, it was either 6 or 8 of these Tommy Bahamas at a thrift store in Florida. They were $8 a piece, all size extra large, all 100% silk, and all really awesome patterns. Actually, I wish I could open this one up and show it to you. The pattern on this is really, really excellent. I could have got more money for this, but I wanted to move all these Tommies. It is September now. So this is the second one of those 8 to sell, and it sold for $25.20 on a best offer. Really awesome pattern on this one. Probably one of the best patterns I've sold this year in Tommy. This big, bright, floral, bold colors. That's what people are looking for in Tommy's by and large. So this one's going up to David. This is so annoying that these aren't in order. Where's David? It's going to California. If you're wondering, I'm here in Asheville, North Carolina, so this is going clear across the country to California. It's going out the door at a 12-ounce rate, USPS ground advantage, $5.62 to head all across the country. People ask me a lot about shipping and how expensive shipping is, and how do I manage to sell so much stuff when shipping's so expensive. But honestly, that's $5.62, basically going coast to coast right there. Next up is going to Jose. We got a North Face. This is going coast to coast. This is going to Los Angeles. North Face shirt. So this is a short sleeve, like wicking hiking shirt. I thought that this was an exceptional pattern. I thought this would sell really fast for a good price. It sold on a best offer on sale right now because it sat around for a few months. $16.20 on this. That's not a bad price for a short sleeve North Face. That's like within the typical range, like $16 to $21 maybe. So it's not bad, but I just thought that this would be at the top of that range, and I thought it would sell really quick, and it was slow. You got the bottom of the range. So sometimes you don't know. It's a size extra. It's a size large. I thought it's a beautiful pattern. I would wear that shirt. That's going to Jose. And of course, thank you cards for everybody, including Jose. What's up, Junkers Field? Welcome in, welcome in. Shipping orders. If you're just joining, we're on eBay. We're about halfway or so through eBay, and then we still got some Poshmark and some Mercari to do too. I have no Amazon to ship. Everything was FBA this weekend from Amazon. I got an order for Chris. Nice name. We have a Chris, a Christopher, and a Christine going out the door this weekend. This one's Chris going to Minnesota. And this is an Orbis sweater. 100% merino wool. It's a size 2 extra large. It's an Orbis sweater vest, and it's a quarter zip. Actually a nice piece here. Sold on the low end of what I would have expected. $21.87 plus the buyer paid shipping. That's going to Minnesota. The shipping label on this is $5.15, and that's at a 12-ounce rate. It's going USPS Ground Advantage. I keep missing it, Chris. What does your shirt say? It says, what does it say? I'll let you read it. The thrift stores are calling and I must go. This was a gift. When I wear it, I get a lot of, I get two things. I get people who compliment it, and I get people staring at my chest a lot. I think it's because like the way the lettering is done with like the background. It just seems to really grab attention. I get more compliments on this shirt and more people staring at my chest in this shirt than probably anything else that I wear. It's interesting. Maybe it's like the colors too. It really kind of pops. This next order is for Richard. It's going to Hammond, Indiana. This is a Canali dress shirt. These sell okay for me. This one took a little while to sell. It's French cuffs too, which is why I picked it up. Nice pattern and French cuffs, Canali. This would typically sell pretty quick for me because of the French cuffs, but it had a small stain on it, which I noted in the item title in the description, and I did a close-up photo with a pointer pointing right at the stain. Sold for $14. So this is a bad buy. I didn't know it at the thrift store. I didn't intentionally buy it with a stain, but sometimes you get them home, you blast it under those photo lights, and you see it's a stain. That's okay. You can still sell it. You just have to be really clear to your shoppers that that item does have a stain. Point out what the stain is, and then price the item lower in the market. This one took a while to sell. It took about 8 months to sell, but it did sell. $14. I paid $5, so I didn't lose money. But I'm not getting rich on this. That's part of the game. You're going to make some mistakes. As careful as you are, there's no way you can notice every flaw at the thrift store. Just no way. Even at retail stores, I buy new tags items that have flaws fairly regularly too. You're not going to catch all the flaws. There's just no way, but it doesn't matter. You can still sell the items. You probably won't lose money. If you're buying good items, sourcing good brands and good items, you probably won't lose money even on flaws. It's a really good sale. It just took a little while to sell. I picked this back up in February at the end of jacket season. So this is a down jacket from one of the best brands for resale, in my opinion, Filson, CC Filson. Really nice camo pattern, men's size, medium. I picked up 2 of these retail. I paid $100, or I think they were $99 a piece I paid for these. First one sold, I don't know, back in March or something like that. I forget. This one just sold over the weekend for $202.50. So I had $100, sitting out in the garage in bins. This one item was $100 invested, $99 invested, just sitting around in bins for ever since February. But I kind of half knew that, as I picked this up. When you buy puffer jackets, down-filled puffer jackets in February, you're like, I hope this sells really quick within the next couple of weeks, but it probably won't. I'll probably be stuck with this until September, and here it is, September the 16th. Well, it sold yesterday, so September the 15th, it's out the door, $202.50. Would I buy it again? Yeah, even though it sat around that long, yeah, because I bought 2 of them and one of them sold fast, so basically got me almost all my money back on the first sale, and now this one sells in September. Yeah, I'd probably still pick it up because it's a good profit item. Dollars per hour is great. Yeah, this didn't pay rent out in the garage, but I'm not really so concerned about renting the garage. I mean, my profit on this item after fees is going to be end up being probably make 60, a little over $60, $65 in profit off of one item. The challenge is if you do too much of that stuff, if you're buying out of season items or end of season items, you're spending a lot of money on, it can tie up a lot of your capital. If you're buying end of season jackets and they're used at a thrift store and you're paying $9 for them, that's not really going to tie up all that much capital. But when you're paying $100 for them, you got a lot of capital that's then tied up. That's okay. There's really not much I could have invested in these past 9 months that would have got me a 60% return on my investment anyway. So can think about it that way too. This is not the same as investing. It's a business, but sometimes it's nice to have something to compare it to. I would have rather sold 9 things, in 30 days a piece instead of waiting, 9 months to make this one sale, but still $60. This is going out to Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is going to James. Is that back-to-back Minnesota sales? Kristen from Germany, what's up? Or sorry, Kirsten from Germany. How are you? I had to look up French cuff. Do buyers look for French cuff versus barrel cuffs? Are you saying is one keyword better? But yes, I mean, some people are specifically looking for French cuffs. Yes, if that's your question, I always include if it is a French cuff, I make sure that I have good photos showing that it's a French cuff, and also put French cuff in the item title. French cuffs on a dress shirt will typically sell a little bit faster than most regular shirts, only because there's less supply of those items. So I have less competition. So if one person's looking for it and I'm the only one listed in that size and that brand, you can expect that item to sell a little bit faster than an item where there's 50 listed and there's 25 people looking for it. That's still a better sell-through rate to be the only one in the market in that size. Next item is another brand new with tags. This one took a little while to sell. Did I buy this at the same time? I feel like I bought this back in February too. Peter Millar, brand new with tags. $158 is the retail on this. I bought a handful of these. Some of them sold right away, like back in February, March. Then they just sat around all summer when it's too hot for people to buy, full zip fleece sweaters. This is a quarter zip. Anyway, sold for $65 on eBay. And this is going to go, is this my one that's going, I had one that was going priority. Is this my one? Bowie. This is going out to Bowie. Going to Virginia. No, this is going to Ground Advantage. Gotta put this in a 15 by 12 bag, just a little bit bigger. It's 8:15 p.m. here. It's time for dinner. Getting close to time for bed. That's interesting. What part of Germany are you in? I have a couple of friends who are living in Germany right now. And I'm trying to remember the name of the town they're in, and I totally forget. So I'm kind of ruining the story here, but they've been living out there for a couple of years. I think they might be coming back I think the plan is maybe this winter to come home, but they weren't 100% sure. Oops. My geography of Germany isn't very good, so even if you said the town that you're in, I'd probably forget where. I'd probably not know exactly where that is. But it's still interesting. I forgot to put my thank you card in, but I bet you I can sneak it in there. Man, I had it. Hope everyone's having a good Monday. Right now we're sitting at about, what do I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more eBays to do, and then we'll get into some Poshmark after that. All right, thank you cards in there. Thank you, Bowie. It's north near Hamburg. Okay. So I'm guessing, yeah, you're in the northern hemisphere, so you're probably walking into some fall weather right now too. Let's see. Next up is going to Mark. Not a brand I picked up a ton of, but I was able to find some stuff for cheap back in August from this brand. The brand is Ed Hardy, and I picked these up because it's like a viscose, kind of like Aloha style, almost like a bowling style kind of shirt. But it's got a really big like flame pattern on it. Anyway, this sold for $31.45. I paid $10 for it, brand new tags retail. I think this is the second one of these to sell. I picked up like 4 or 5 of them. I could have picked up more, but I was not feeling super great about the sell-through rate of these, so I just kind of picked up like a handful of them. And they're selling. This is going down to Miami. It's still hot in Miami this time of year. Outdoor. Kirsten, do you have like thrift stores, or I don't know what you would call them out there, charity shops, stuff where you can buy secondhand goods? And is there a market? Like, do people buy? Is that cool to buy like thrifted items? Like in the U.S. right now, it's cool to go thrifting and find vintage items and be sustainable shopping. Is that something that's, I know I just like peppered you with questions, but is that generally cool out in Germany too? People doing that sort of thing? This is a great example of look beyond the brand. I say it all the time. Land's End is a brand I pass on 99% of the time. I don't pick up a ton of Land's End. So don't go running out of here picking up every Land's End that you see, because I told you this sold quickly and for good money. This sold for $26.10. I paid $5 for it at the thrift store. It's a denim flannel lined shirt jacket. So you can see the plaid flannel on the inside. So shirt jacket, like button up front. This is a very, very fall piece. It's also a very good size extra large, tall, XLT. So this sold for $26.10, paid $5 for it. It only took, I picked it up the last time I was in Florida. So about a month. About 3 weeks that this took to sell. So quick seller, it's in season, and it's denim and flannel lined in a good size. This one is going USPS priority. We're going to put this in a padded flat rate envelope. So this padded flat rate envelope is $8.95. If I shipped it ground advantage, it was going to cost me like $9.50. So priority in this rare case is actually a little bit cheaper, because this is going at a 3-pound rate. I mean, it's heavy, and it's going all the way across the country to Concord, California. So this is going to Gary. There it is. Did you say the other day that it's okay to send a clothing item in a flat rate envelope? Ribas, what platform are you asking about? That's an important distinction. What platform are you asking about? I'm shipping eBay right now, and I am using a padded flat rate envelope and purchased a shipping label specifically for a padded flat rate envelope. It literally says it right here, USPS priority mail flat rate padded envelope. That's the rate that I chose. And it will say it right. I'd show you the shipping label, but it's got the buyer's address. It says it right on the shipping label too. And it says it right on the actual package, padded flat rate envelope. So that's the price, the rate, which is $8.95 on eBay. if you are going to use this package, you have to use that rate. It is a specific rate for this specific package. You can't use any other shipping label for it. You have to purchase this label at that rate. I hope that helps. Boss. Next up is for Christine. This is another one. I didn't expect these to sell so fast. This has been a good consistent seller for me over the years. I've sold a lot of these. I actually own a pair. This is a pair of Keen Newport, and the model is Keen. The model is Newport H2. You can see the Keen logo right there. Sold. I can't even tell you how many I've sold of these over the years. I don't know, maybe a dozen and a half or 2 dozen. Good consistent seller for me. You would think it's a hiking sandal or a water shoe, so you would think that this would like be a hot seller in like June and July, but this took 2 days for me to sell. I listed it on Thursday and it sold on Saturday of this week. So $31.45 on a best offer. I had them listed at $35. These are going to go in one of these 14 by 10 by 6 boxes that I put pretty much all my shoes in. We have social shops, social department stores on Facebook groups that give away for free, and all my friends and colleagues give me what they have from my store. Nice. Where do you sell them on Facebook, or where do you sell? That's interesting. You call them social shops. I kind of like that term. I know in the UK they refer to them as charity shops. In the US, we typically call them thrift stores. But you probably already knew that. This box is like totally overkill. Just using all kinds of recycled material in here as void fill. Just so they don't go bouncing around in transit. I just keep all my old packages and packing paper. I found those at a thrift store. I paid $8 for them, and they sold in 2 days for $31.45 on a best offer. Next up is for Christine. Did I just use the wrong? Nope, never mind. Next one is Christopher. Christopher. This one's going to Biloxi, Mississippi. Almost on eBay. Gitman Brothers. Maybe a brand that you haven't heard of. I'd say it's like a mediocre like dress shirt brand as far as mediocre in terms of resale value. Gitman Brothers. This sold for $19. Took a few months to sell. I paid $5 for it at the thrift store. It's a size 16.5, 34. You're not using eBay tape. I don't like the eBay tape. Do you use it? I don't like it, Bonnie. You sell on eBay. Cool. Cool. Is there does eBay in Germany, do they offer international shipping? So in the US they have you can do like regular international shipping and buy your own label, but eBay also has a program called, I think it's called the International Shipping Program. It used to be called the Global Shipping Program, and we ship it to one place. It's in I think it's in Illinois. This one address, I think it's Glendale Heights is the town, and we ship it to them. and they take care of the shipping internationally from there. It's a nice little program. I'm curious, do you have something like that? Because there must be a lot of opportunity just to sell in all those neighboring countries that are so close by. Usually our stuff's going overseas to Europe, which is obviously a lot further away. Next up is a Banana Republic. I don't pick up a lot of Banana Republic blazers. There's one model that I'll pick up. I'm trying to remember the name of the model. I can't think of it off the top of my head. There's one model I pick up with some regularity. This one I must have just paid. You know what? I picked this up. It was at my there's a local thrift shop that sometimes they'll have a sale where it's $1 for all blazers. Not a Goodwill, just a little mom and pop place. And I bet you I picked this up there because that's the only reason I would have picked up just like a regular Banana Republic. So I paid $1 for this. It sold for $20. $20 plus the buyer paid $10.95 shipping on this one. So that's the story on that one. I don't pick up typical Banana Republics, but for $1, I'll do that. No, we don't have that. Gotcha. It's probably cheap for you to buy like an international shipping label. I'm guessing if you were going to ship something to say France or something nearby. For us, since it's going just so darn far, it's like a different cost situation. This is going to Alan. Thank you, Alan. Don't just run around picking up Banana Republic blazers. I would say I pick up probably 1% of them that I come across. This is just $1. It still took a little while to sell, so even at a low price, I think I probably had it listed for like $27, and I took an offer for $20. Who cares? I paid $1. That's the kind of thing I'd probably pick up at a garage sale too. If somebody had like a bunch of Banana Republic blazers or suits and they wanted just like a cheap, like $1, I'd probably pick them up. All right, next up, Territory Ahead. This is another great example of look beyond the brand. This just isn't a really good seller for Territory Ahead. So I would say don't look for this beyond the brand. Territory Ahead, the stuff that I pick up, I'm looking for items that have so Territory Ahead as a brand, what's on brand for them is like Southwestern style stuff. So like Aztec prints, or even just kind of like those colors that you associate with like Southwest and Aztec and New Mexico, that sort of thing. That sells really well. Just like a bright yellow shirt. It's got kind of like a embossed pattern on it, but it's got nothing really much going for it. It's like plain Territory Ahead shirts. The market's gone down on this brand in general, but when a brand goes downhill market wise, the cream on the top can still command some pretty good money and still sell pretty fast. This is very mediocre and not really on brand for Territory Ahead. It's also a men's size large, so it's not a very big size. Like a 2XL would be better for this shirt, but still short sleeve, plain yellow. I can't expect much for this. It sat around for a while. I put it on sale and accepted a best offer of $15.39. If this is a really good like Aztec pattern or something, I can get $25 or even $30 for a shirt like this, but it's just plain. So you have to look beyond the brand. And because this one's pretty plain and it's just a solid yellow color, yellow is kind of a tough color for me in general anyway. So because of that, it took a while to sell and really didn't sell for much money. I paid $5 for it. Took forever to sell, sold for $15.39. But again, if our conversation earlier about retail arbitrage versus thrifting when you first get started, and you pick this shirt up for $5 and it sits in your inventory for 8 months, and you only have $5 into it, it's not that big of a deal. If the market crashes and you can still make a profit off of it, it sold for $15.39, who cares? You made a little bit of a profit. This thing doesn't take up that much space, and you didn't have a lot of capital tied up for very long. But if that was a retail arbitrage item where you paid $30 for it, you'd feel that just kind of sitting around for a little bit longer. Is that everything? What am I missing here? Did I skip one? We got some Poshmark next, but I'm wondering if I'm done with. Oh yeah, I paid and shipped. Oh, Dimitri. Yep. Dimitri got this RLX. This is I already sold a vest. This is a jacket. This is an example of like spending up retail arbitrage. Retail on this is $228. RLX, which is Ralph Lauren's golf brand. 228 retail on this. I'll repeat. I paid $40 a piece for a whole bunch of these back in February. And yeah, I was like $40. I'm sure I can sell these for like 90 or 100, and comps were pretty solid around that price anyway. So I was like, cool, that'll work out pretty good. I'll at least be able to double my money on these. This sold for $64, and I still have some of these in stock, by the way, too. Sold for $67. So I spent 40. I had $40 sitting, and I had a bunch of these. We'll call it like 8. I had 8 of these times 40, so $320 sitting out in the garage out there, and these items weren't selling. So I priced them at 99, lowered the price to 89, lowered the price to 79, and this one sold on a best offer of $64. So it's a little different when you make a mistake, a miscalculation on an item, and you're spending $30 times 8 units. That's a little different than buying one territory or head shirt, and it sits out in your inventory for 8 months. Whatever, it cost you $5. This is $320, for 8 of these sitting out there. So that ties up a lot of capital. I've only sold a couple of these too. I still have some of these left. So, and they'll probably sell now that it's fall and now that I've lowered my price into like a more competitive place. The price has come down. $228 retail on this. I'll repeat. And I basically got the price that I used to sell RLX golf polos for brand new. I typically sell those for like $59. That price has come down now too. Always interesting stuff happening in this neighborhood. I have no idea what's going on out there. Someone just like dropped the plastic bag out of their car. Like pulled over on the side of the road, dropped the plastic bag out of their car, and then just drove away. What a dickhead thing to do. Anyway. You know what I mean? Who does that? Did I not print the shipping label for that yet? I don't think I did. Why did I not print this? This is going to Wilmington, Delaware. I made a little bit of profit on this shirt, but I would not, or this jacket, but I would not buy it again for $40. Buyer pays the whole shipping. I don't have international, but I already sold things to the US and Israel. Don't know how that happened. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know either. Do you wash the clothing first? If it's necessary. These are brand new with tags, and I buy some stuff from thrift stores, which are perfectly clean, even with dry cleaning tags on them and stuff. I do not wash those unless they need to be washed. I have an eBay shop, but it is on private person because those pay no fees since one. Oh, really? That's interesting, Kirsten. Ours, you got to pay fees, whether it's private or business or whatever. But I have a tax number. Nice. Interesting. What's up, Big Sweaty? All right. So that's a wrap on eBay. Let's do I got a coffee order for Cynthia. Cynthia, are you watching? I appreciate your order. Cynthia got herself a bag of our Chris at Peak medium roast. This is the Peak blend. This is our best seller, and this is the OG coffee roasted from our friends down the street at Dynamite Roasting here in Black Mountain, North Carolina. So Cynthia's got a little taste of Asheville, a little taste of the mountains coming her way. And you know what? This is the best time of year to get a taste of Asheville because the weather is just awesome this time of year. The foliage is It's not good yet, but the leaves are starting to turn at the higher elevations. If you want to get yourself a little taste of Asheville too, you can click right down below. There's a link for chris@peak.com and click on the link for coffee and rad merch. Get yourself some coffee. I'm going to throw a Chris at Peak sticker in there for Cynthia. Cynthia, thank you. Appreciate your support. I hope you love the coffee. It's roasted fresh every Thursday. And our roasting partner, Dynamite Coffee or Dynamite Roasting, they just won. I haven't shared this yet. They just won for the 12th year in a row the best coffee roaster in Western North Carolina. 12th year in a row. To win anything 12 years in a row is pretty impressive, especially as like the coffee roasting competition has really picked up here. There's some great roasters in the area, and they won it for the 12th year in a row, which is pretty wild. So we're really excited for Dynamite, and really excited to be a partner of theirs, and they roast the coffee for us. They know what they're doing up there. I just get to ship it all across the country to all my friends, including Cynthia. Thank you so much, Cynthia. And we have a light roast, we have a medium roast, and we have a dark roast. And if you order the light roast this week, you're going to get the first batch of light roast. That'll be roasted Thursday. Sorry, the fall seasonal light roast. We have the summer still, but the fall seasonal light roast is getting roasted for the first time this Thursday. So if you order the light roast this week, you'll get our fall seasonal, which is just kicking off. It is a single origin coffee. It's fair trade, it's organic, and it's coming to you from Honduras, roasted right here in Black Mountain, North Carolina. Little taste of the mountains. Fall. If you want to learn more about the coffee, just go to chris@peak.com. You can see the URL right there on the screen, or you can see it down below. There's a link for it. chris@peak.com. Clancy, biggest sale yet. We picked up a Bubble Bobble 2. I remember that game for NES, for Nintendo. Inbox, like for $1 at a yard sale a few weeks ago, sold for $811. Let's go, Clancy. What an awesome sale. $811 from $1. If I remember right, that wasn't even I don't remember that being a good game. I mean, we're talking a long time ago now. We're talking 30 something years ago, but wasn't that not a good game? But man, to find one like that in the box, that's like sealed in the box. It's got to be sealed for $811. That is a crazy sale. I'm happy for you. That's really cool. Can you imagine what a find for $1? Let's flip over. Let's do some Poshmark sales. We got one Mercari for the weekend too, so we'll do that one too. One Mercari, not sealed. That's crazy. $811 and it wasn't even sealed. Man, it wasn't good, the game. Yeah, I don't remember that game being good. I thought so. I don't even remember what it was all about, but I just had that in my mind. I'm like, I had a negative memory of that game. Oh, we got ourselves a coffee order here. Oh, Francis, thank you so much for your order. What do we got? As always, if you order coffee during the live, we'll ship it out during the live stream with a big dose of gratitude. So this is going out to Francis. Thank you so much for supporting our small little business over here. Francis got the Peak Blend medium roast. Awesome, Francis. If you're watching right now, I'm assuming you're live. Thank you so much for your order. It means a lot to Kim and I. We got a Peak Blend, and this is ground. We have it available in ground or whole bean, but Francis got herself some already pre-ground coffee heading out the door for you. Thanks so much. That's awesome. A little taste of Asheville. Hey, if you can't come visit this time of year, which you should, it's amazing. If you can't come visit, at least get yourself a little taste. Thank you so much, Francis. We'll get you a handwritten thank you card. Awesome. And if you grind your own coffee at home, we have whole bean coffee if you like to do that sort of thing too. But if you want someone to grind it for you, we got that as well. Thank you, Francis. Really appreciate your support. I think you're going to love the coffee. Thanks, Francis. Little handwritten thank you note, as always. If you have questions about the coffee, let me know. I try not to talk too much about the coffee in these streams because I know, we're talking about reselling. But I'm happy to talk all day about the coffee. We love our coffee business, have a lot of pride in it. Love drinking coffee. I already have my 2 coffees today. I can only have 2. Unless in case of emergency, I can have a third. but we don't have an emergency today. Going out to Texas. Nice, Humble, Texas. A little taste of Asheville coming your way, Cynthia. I'm trying to think of where Humble is. We got family that's just south of Austin, in New Braunfels, if you know where that is. Thanks again, Francis. Heading out the door to you. This will ship out today. Should have it. What's today? Monday. Probably should have this on Thursday. Thank you, Francis. Thanks for supporting our tiny little business. Every order counts. We appreciate it. All right. I had a crazy find at my local Coochie Will. Oh my gosh, I've never heard that before. 7 pair of Japanese denim jeans. Nice. Let's go, Bethany. What do you think you're going to be able to get for those jeans? Wow, that's a great score. What is your best platform? We always sell every single month except for like 3 months. Every single month is eBay is our biggest selling platform. It's just got it's the biggest, it's the baddest, and it's got international shipping and all that. So there's just a lot more customers up there. A lot more people shopping on eBay than there is on Poshmark and those other platforms. But we do well on Poshmark too. Mercari is pretty slow for us, and Amazon's new for us. So Amazon's just kind of getting started for us. Like this weekend, for instance, we had 20 eBay, 7 Poshmark, 1 Mercari, and 4 Amazon. So basically eBay outsold all the other platforms combined. I paid $7 each. Comps are $75. Let's go. I do, Debbie. Yes, I do. All right, let's get started on some Poshmark. Thank you again, Francis. A little coffee break there, and now we'll get into our Poshmark. So our first we sold a lot of shoes on Poshmark this weekend. It was like all shoes, no clothes. So first up is brand new with tags. Actually sold 2 pairs of these, the same exact pair of shoes for the same exact price. So you'll see these again. Solomon Speed Cross 5s. These sold for $75. They're brand new with the tags, no box. And we'll get these shipped up. These are going. So everything now is going Poshmark. So Poshmark, we can use these free USPS priority shipping supplies. So we're going to use, this one's actually called the shoebox. You can order this free at USPS.com. You probably won't find this box at your local post office. But if you go to USPS.com and you look at the free packaging, this one's called the shoebox. And again, they're free. You can order them in packs. I think they come in packs of 10 or 25. I think those are the 2 pack sizes. And this is going out to, let's see, I think this is Julia. Going out to Julia. Thank you, Julia. Schlitterbone in New Brunswick. Ben, is that a place that I should be familiar with? I've never been. For the record, I've never been to New Braunfels. So if that's a place I should know, I don't know it. Next up is gonna be a nice polo piece. Nice floral polo here, going out to Tomas. Thank you, Tomas. $125 retail, brand new polo Ralph Lauren, floral pattern, pony on the chest. Awesome piece, sold for $60 on Poshmark. Again, we're going to use that free USPS priority. Packing materials, this one's called the Tyvek envelope. You probably won't find that in too many of your post offices, but again, you can find it at USPS.com. They're free. They'll deliver them right to your front door. I think these come in packs of 10. Thank you, Tomas. Nice little polo shirt with the flowers. Had a pretty good weekend of sales. It was a little below average for us, but it was a really good week. So last weekend was okay. Wait, let me remember this. Let me look at my numbers. It's been really up and down is basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so I started out the month pretty slow, and then I had like a really good, I guess that was last weekend, like the 6th through the 9th was good. It slowed down a little bit. The weekend, yeah, it's just been up and down. I'm a little bit off from numbers for August. I'm actually down from August, which is kind of strange, but it's not strange because I expect the rest of September to be really strong. Typically September 15th or so is when things like really pick up for fall sales. And it's usually kind of up and down at the beginning of September, and that has definitely been true so far this September too. So expecting things to really pick up. I hope I'm right. It's not the right item. I hope I'm right. But it's still been a good month, but just a little bit off from August. Duluth Trading jeans. These sold for $19 on a best offer. I'm actually going to put this in a padded flat rate envelope. I just think jeans fit so nicely in these. And yes, you can use padded flat rate envelopes for Poshmark shipping. That's part of the contract that Poshmark has with USPS, that you can use anything, including flat rate stuff. That's not true for eBay, but it is true for Poshmark. So this is going to Amy. Thank you, Amy. Pair of Duluth jeans, size 34 by 32. Paid $5 at a thrift store. They sold for $19. I bought them in the spring. They took about 5 months to sell. No big surprise there. Duluth is a mediocre brand for jeans, not like a super fast, high sell-through rate type of brand. So those mediocre jeans are going to slow way down in the summertime, and then they'll pick up for the fall. Things like Levi's would fit into that category too. So thank you, Amy. Nice pick up on the Duluths. Next up, we got another one of those Solomons. I just listed these last week. I had 2 pairs, same size, same model, and they both went out the door for the same price, $75 on Poshmark. People buy these shoes, I hear, because if you look at the tread on the bottom, I hear that people buy these when they play softball a lot. This is like a popular shoe for people who play softball. They don't want like this, like the cleats, because they're uncomfortable to play in, whatever. And maybe they don't need like the full cleat, but they like having like this type of tread, so they have some grip on that infield turf or grass or whatever. So I've heard that from people. I've actually had people who play softball tell me that they look specifically for these Solomon shoes. So quick seller too. Just listed them, I think, on Thursday. And 1 pair sold Saturday, 1 pair sold Sunday. And this pair is going to Bahita. Here it is. I don't think I've heard that name before. Advice on accounting and record keeping. Debbie, I use a friend of mine, Jason Hayes. He's a reseller. He created a spreadsheet called the reseller spreadsheet. I have it linked in my profile under tools to resell online. So if you go to chris@peak.com, which is down below, or you can see it right there on the screen, and you click on tools to sell online, you'll find the reseller spreadsheet. That's how I keep track of all my numbers and all that stuff. So I keep track of everything I spend, including like purchasing shipping supplies. I keep track of that in that spreadsheet. I keep track of my cost of goods in there, and I keep track of all my sales on all the different platforms on there. It's got graphs and charts, so you can see stuff like return on investment or profits, monthly profits, that sort of thing. Like sell-through rate, all kinds of like interesting facts and figures that you would use to measure the health of your business are in there too. So again, that's the Jason Hayes' reseller spreadsheet. I highly recommend it. But again, if you click on that link, you'll find the spreadsheet. Do your own homework. He's got some videos that walk you through exactly what that spreadsheet has and doesn't have, and you can make a decision if that's a good fit for your business. It's definitely a good fit for mine. This is my second year in a row using it, and I will 100% buy it again for next year. Next up is a Southern Tide Intercoastal. This just sold this morning. I had picked up, I think, 6 of these, and this, I believe, is the last one that I had in stock. So men's size large, Southern Tide Intercoastal. The Intercoastal line, you can see Intercoastal right there. These shirts tend to sell a little bit better for me than the regular Southern Tides. People look for the Intercoastal. They're like a moisture wicking, usually like a stretch piece. So that keyword Intercoastal seems to help. It's been a good consistent seller for me. This one sold brand new with tags for $50. I think the retail on these are let's look. The retail is over $100 on these, I think. It's one of those tags. It's like a book. Retail's $120 on this one. Short sleeve, moisture wicking. And this one is going out to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. In Germany, we have strict measurements at the post office, but not at Hermes, where the package is in send me's. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, learning shipping can be a little bit of a trick out here too, for sure. For sure. Although on Poshmark, it's really easy. Everything's flat rate. The buyer pays $7.97 up to £5, and you can use all these free USPS shipping supplies. And you're in Germany, so in case you don't know what USPS is, it's U.S. Postal Service. Maybe you already knew that. I don't know. Next up, this actually just sold. I'm going to go grab it. Well, I get a couple more sales I can push out the door. Hold on. But I will go grab that one eventually. I got a new sale that came in during the live. That's awesome. Next up is a pair of Danner boots. Where are these? Size 10. I think they're over here. Big sale here. Brand new in box. I picked up a bunch of these off a shoe seller on Whatnot, and this one's a size 10. I've sold, I think I bought 6 pairs, and I think this is the 4th pair to sell. $107 on those. Yeah, there's 2 left. So simple math. I've sold 4 out of the 6. And I just listed these 10 days ago, and 4 out of the 6 are already gone. So pretty good. I was thinking when I bought them, I thought that they would sell for more money, but they came with some shelfware. So shelfware meaning like they were probably at a retail store. People were trying them on or whatever, right? Taking them out of the box, trying them on, realizing they didn't fit, put them back in the box, that sort of thing. And so they had like little kind of like minor scuffs and stuff on them. They were brand new. No wear on the soles, no dirt or anything like that, but definitely had some shelf wear. So that meant I had to list mine at the bottom of the market. Otherwise, I probably would have listed these for $160 or $180, but I wanted to be at the bottom of the market. I wanted to sell them fast with that shelfware. So I listed them. I think these were listed for $119. That's one of the joys of selling on Poshmark, I suppose you could say, or buying on. What did I say? Buying on Whatnot. Sometimes things aren't quite what you think they're going to be. But I was still able to make money on these. And these are going to Gabe. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope everyone's doing good. Just doing some work. Got some shit to do. Thanks for popping in. If you have questions about reselling, happy to do so. I've been doing this for 6 years. And come December, which is only a couple months away, it'll be four years that I've been doing it full time. So 3.5 years-ish right now, full time doing this. Quit my job December 2020 and decided I just wanted to do this. Wanted to work out of the house and not have a boss. And that's been working out pretty good. Ups and downs with it, of course. I've had to pivot a lot. I've had good months. I've had bad months. I've had good years. I've had bad years. Pair of Merrill Fly Strikes, brand new in the box. Brand new in the box. Women's 7.5, nice little hiking shoe. Sold for $57. I thought a really nice color on these too. I'm going to resize a box right quick to make these fit. I'm going to grab a 1095 box. You might be saying, Chris, why don't you just use the shoe box, the USPS priority shoe box? This won't fit. It's just not big enough for most newer box shoes. Just not going to fit in there. So the 1095 box, we can modify to fit. So it's obviously too thin right now. This ain't nothing you can do to get that to fit in there. But we're going to resize this nice and quickly so that this box will nicely fit in. Let me just change there we go. So I'm going to put this on the corner of the table. I'm going to put the box right on top and line it up with the edge. And I'm just going to fold the box. And I'm going to do this twice. So first fold right on the edge of the table. I could use like a ruler and a marker and mark things off, but I just do it this way. Saves an extra step. Put it on the edge of the table. Fold it the other way. And that way, now that's going to be the shape of the box, and these shoes will fit right in there. So I just need to cut the flaps. Then these will slide right in. There's still going to be a little extra space in there. I'll just use some recycled bags so it doesn't bounce all over the place. And we're going to put in a thank you card for Tuesday. Thank you, Tuesday, and we're just going to cut the flaps on the other side too, right to size. And just like that, we got our box that fits a brand new inbox pair of shoes. And it's free from USPS.com. What did I say? These are going to Tuesday. Thanks for the closed captioning. Greatly appreciated. I don't think you're welcome, JB. I don't think I'm in control of the closed captioning. I think you control that on your end, whether it's on or off. I don't know if I can control that. But you're welcome. That's what I'm trying to say. Where did you get the box to? Where did you get the box to ship shoes? I rebossed. This one's a free box from USPS.com. It's called the 1095. Free at USPS.com. They come in packs of. I think they come in packs of 10 or 25 is how they come. Got a big old pile of stuff going on. I don't know if you can see that over there. Piling her up. Solid weekend of sales. Good, not great. About average-ish. And next up is a Mercari sale. So I do have one more Poshmark sale, but we'll have to go grab that out of the... Do I have two more? Nope. This one is Mercari, and this is another pair of shoes. So one sale for the weekend on Mercari. It's a pair of Nike Super Reps. Right here, these are brand new, no box condition, like a training shoe. These sold on Mercari for $36.75. It's called the Super Rep Go 3, a little training, like weightlifting type of shoe. It's going to go out US. This is going to go UPS. And again, this will go in a 14 by 10 by 6 box. This one's going UPS, so I'll drop this. I probably won't drop this today. I might drop it tomorrow on my way to an appointment. This is going out to Jephthah. I don't know if I'm probably saying that wrong. I've never seen that name before. Jephthah. They're shipping out to Everett, Washington. So clear across the country here. I once put an item in a USPS box and wrapped it in brown paper, and it was returned. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, because I think they have like X-ray machines, right? They can like see through that kind of stuff. They caught you. Well, you tried. Awesome way to get the priority box to fit the shoes. Thanks, JB. That's an old reseller trick right there. right, I had another sale. I don't even remember what platform this is on. Let me just double check my spreadsheet here. Let's see. Sold on eBay. Got an eBay order that came in too while we were hanging out. Maybe I'll go grab that too. Got an order for Patrick. Oh, here it is. Denim and Supply. So this is a line from Polo Ralph Lauren that was only available from 2011 through 2016. So a little 5-year window before they discontinued it. And I think you can see it right there. It says Denim and Supply. It's a lot of like Western and Americana style. It's not uncommon to see like American flag kind of stuff like that on the Denim and Supply. So they relaunched this brand just this past year, 2023, as Polo Denim and Supply. So this one says Ralph Lauren Denim and Supply, so you know this is the older one. The newer one would say Polo Denim and Supply. This is still, even though they relaunched the brand and whatever, you can get new stuff. This is still in demand. So these jeans sold on a best offer of $26.10, size 36 by 32 on these. So $26.10 plus the buyer paid $8.95 shipping. I love picking up Polo Ralph Lauren Denim and Supply. I think it's some of the best stuff that Ralph Lauren's come out with. I just love that Western Americana style stuff. So I'm a big fan of this. The jeans sell pretty well. I usually list these in the low 30s and accept offers like 25 and above. So these sold for $26.10. They're going to Patrick in Michigan. Thanks, Patrick. Out the door. I got 2 more orders. If you want, I can go grab those they came in while we're live here. I can ship them out. I got a Robert Graham jacket that sold for $112. I can go grab that. And what's this other one? That's in C4. It's a size 2XL. I'll go grab that. And the other one, C4. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. What's up? Is that Retro Toy Matt? What's up, buddy? We got order for Tim, a 2XB. So C4 and H7. Give me about 1 minute. I'll go grab these 2 out of inventory and we'll ship these out. C4, H7. Two more orders. That pushes up the weekend, if you want to still call this the weekend, but pushes up the weekend to, I think, 35 total orders. So check this one out. Thanks for hanging out. Robert Graham, brand new. So this is a corduroy puffer jacket. So the exterior is corduroy, but the inside is a puffer. I don't think it's down, but I think it's a polyester fill. So it's like you can see how bulky this thing is, even with it like all bagged up nice and tight like this. So this sold for $112 on Poshmark plus the buyer paid for shipping. That's heavy too. 3 pounds, 5 ounces on this. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw this in one of these bigger boxes. I could put it in a bag too, but why not just give it the protection of the box? The boxes are free. This is called box number 7. It measures out at 12 by 12 by 8.5. Just going to throw it in here. And this will still stay under Poshmark's 5 pound limit. So the box is free. Why not use it? There it is, perfect. And get a thank you card. So these are 2 orders that came in while we're live. I love that. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Get this shipping label printed out and get a thank you card. So this is going out to Raymond. Thank you, Raymond. $112. I paid $49 for this, but it was back in February. It was another one of those heavy jackets that I was like, man, I know some of these are going to sit around till September. I did sell 1 or 2 of these like back in February, March, but I think I still have 1 more of these left in inventory too. So a couple of these kind of sat around. So that's 2 $50 bills that kind of sit around in inventory. It's also a big jacket, so it took up a bunch of space. Whatever, it's a good profit item. After fees, my profit on this, what did I say, 117. Let's just do some quick calculator math. 17. So Poshmark fees are 20%, so times 0.8. So 93. So I ended up making $43 profit off this item, but it definitely it sat around. It tied up some capital for sure. And again, I have another one too. So that was $100 of capital just tied up. But luckily, I was able to sell a couple of them quick before the winter was over. So that kind of eased the pain because I got some of that money back pretty quickly. So that's out the door. $43 in profit. Unfortunately, it didn't pay rent out there in storage. And now we got an eBay sale. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren. It's a men's size 2XB, so 2 extra big. You can see the retail on that's $115. This buyer paid $54. I bought a whole bunch of these. My average buy cost was around $27. So 27 into 54 on this. And I pick up a lot of these, especially the big sizes. So $54 plus the buyer paid for shipping. This is going to go USPS Ground Advantage. We're going to weigh it real quick. That's going to go out at a 12-ounce rate. It's going to go in one of these 9x12 poly bags, and it's going to go Ground Advantage. Can you clarify Poshmark shipping? Flat rate USPS priority up to 5 pounds, $7.97. It's what the buyer pays. You can use any packaging you want, like poly bags like this, or you can use packaging like this, free USPS priority stuff that you can order from USPS.com. That's Poshmark shipping in a nutshell. Let me know if you have follow-up questions to that. So this shipping label at a 12-ounce rate, Ground Advantage, purchasing it through eBay. It's going to cost me $5. It's shipping from Asheville. It's going to Greensboro, North Carolina. So this is about 2 hours and 45 minutes down the road. It's going to cost us $5. And that's going to Tim. Get Tim a thank you card also. How do you determine what platform to list on? I cross list everything, Debbie, onto all the platforms. Takes the guesswork out of it and gives each of my items more potential buyers that could see that item and buy it. Thank you, Tim. door. There we go. And that's a wrap. Let me just see if we got any other orders that came in while we're hanging out. I did. I got an Amazon order. And I got an offer on Poshmark. Let's see what we got here. So those Danner boots, I have 2 pairs left. That last pair I sold for $107. I got an offer on these ones for $70. I'm not going to accept that offer. I'm going to counter offer at $98 and see if they bite. But I have no reason to sell that for $70 when I know I just sold 4 pairs of those for like $98 or more. So why would I take $70 for those ones? So there's that. And then we got this Amazon sale. So I got one Amazon FBM sale. All my other sales on Amazon over the weekend were FBA. I got 4 sales today on Amazon, but this is the only FBM, which means I got to ship it myself. This person ordered 2 pairs of the same exact pair of jeans. That's cool. I'll take that. So these are the 40 by 30 Pepperstone. Let me see if I can find those. 40 by 30 Pepperstone. I don't have much FBA inventory here in the house. I send most of it in to FBM. Or sorry, I send most of it in to FBA. But I do keep some stuff back. Where is this? And like here's the storage I use for my Amazon stuff. I have some eBay stuff in this storage too. $40 by 30. It's not there. I don't know where those are. Here they are. Lee Relax Fit Straight Leg, brand new with tags, 40 by 30 in the Pepperstone color. Another one, 40 by 30 Pepperstone. So we'll get those shipped out. I just missed them the first pass through. These orders just keep rolling in while I'm alive. I'll take it. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Good night, Kirsten. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate having you. Good to hear some Germany perspective. All right, we'll print out a packing slip here. So this is a $79.92 order. $79.92. All right, so let's put these on the scale. 3 pounds and 13 ounces. So these are going to go UPS, $12 shipping. They're going, why is it so much? It's going all the way to Olympia, Washington. That's why it's so much. So $12.01. They're going to go UPS Ground Saver. Actually, let me see the other options. That might take forever to get there. That Ground Saver is slow. UPS Ground is $14.52. USPS Ground Advantage. Oh, that looks like it's going to be slow too. We're just going to do the Ground Saver. $12.01. So you know what I'm going to do? That's what I'm gonna do. Rather than individually wrap these, I'm going to use one of my bigger clear poly bags. This is a 14 by 20 clear poly. I can fit both of them in. Nice. This is going in one of these. This is a 14 by 19 poly bag. So there we go. And I think that's the last one. That just came in 13 minutes ago, that sale. Yeah, gosh, Amazon's popping today. 4 sales on Amazon, and that actually, or is that 5 sales? Let me see. One, two, three, four. Yeah, 4 sales. Sorry, 1, 2. Nope, 3 sales, but 4 units because that one was double. So pretty good. We'll start to the day on Amazon. I'm learning so much watching you. That's awesome, Debbie. That is awesome. Carolyn, what's new? How's things going over there? I'm going to sign off for now because we are all shipped out. We are all shipped out for the day. So I'm going to get all this stuff out the door. I am actually going to go drop the UPS packages off today because those Amazon sales, Amazon is like quick. I was going to wait till tomorrow because I had one Mercari and I got to go up. I got to drive right past the UPS store tomorrow anyway. But because I got that Amazon order, Amazon is like quick, speed. So I want to get that item shipped out today if I can. It's going all the way to Washington to that customer. So people, when they buy on Amazon, they're used to like really fast shipping. So I want to ship that out as fast as I can. Good news is I can just go drop that off at Walgreens. I had to think about that for a second. No, CVS. There's a Walgreens is FedEx. CVS is UPS. So good news is there is a there is a CVS right down the street that I can go drop this off at. So that's awesome. Kim and I are actually going to go out on a little bit of hike. Actually, I think we're supposed to leave here in a few minutes. So we're going to go on a little afternoon hike today too. So we can just drop that on our way to our little hike. So that's perfect. You caught the end. Yeah, we've been on for 1 hour and 54 minutes and we packed up all this stuff right here, that whole bin full of stuff and all those boxes right there. Pretty solid weekend. And actually we had some sales that rolled in during the live that kind of made it like a pretty good, like solid average weekend. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, especially that high dollar sale that rolled in with that $112 Robert Graham jacket. So happy with that. I hope everybody had a good weekend of sales. Hope you're off to a good start to your week. Hope you have a great week moving ahead. Hope you find some cool stuff if you're out and about. And hope those sales keep rolling in for you. Most importantly, keep that hustle going. Even if the sales aren't rolling in, the most important thing to look at is look down at your feet. Are you putting in the hustle? Are you putting in the work? And if you're doing that, the sales will come. It is September 16th. I always say that this is kind of like September 15th is like this magical date that where sales just really seem to pick up and get more consistent for the fall. So we'll see. Today's the 16th. We'll see if that locks into place. It has every year so far. This will be my 7th September the 15th. So we'll see if it holds true for this too. Wishing you a great week. Thanks for hanging out for a little while today. We'll see you soon. Next Monday. Peace, chemo. Peace, Carolyn. I was in an interview. Oh no, I hope the interview went well, Carolyn. Interviews are no fun, but I hope it went well.